What's good, YouTube? It's Nas, and we back with another video. Road to 300 subscribers, of course. In today's video, we're gonna do a different type of video because I'm not talking about last games. I'm not talking about that game last night. I'm just not doing it. Timberwolves, Warriors. I'm not doing it. So today, we're just gonna be talking about a playoff performance, which is, I can see by the title. I'm talking about 2012 Kevin Durant, and 2012 Kevin Durant was a 24-year-old superstar. Like, he led the Oklahoma City Thunder to the finals, and they were a really young team led by him, Russell Westbrook, and obviously sixth man of the year, James Harden. And what if Sam Presti kept that team together? All James Harden wanted to do was get paid, and he wanted to stay in Oklahoma City. But needless to say, that didn't end up working, and it's a what if. But Kevin Durant during these seasons played his best basketball. 2012 is a forgotten season because obviously they just talk about how he went to the finals, but they don't talk about how the road he got to get to the finals, and I'm going to be talking about that. And let's do it, because in his first game of the playoffs, he played the Dallas Mavericks. He had 25 points, 6 rebounds, and 4 assists, and he had 10 for 27 from the field. That's not a good shooting night, but they ended up, it doesn't tell me if they won the game, but I would guess because they only played the Mavericks 4 games, so it looks like they swept the Mavericks. But this Mavericks team was the same Mavericks team that just went to the finals the year before and won it. And this just showed how good Oklahoma City has really gotten to beat the finals team last season in this fashion in 4 games. That just showed how ready this other team was. And obviously, back in that time and back at that event, they knew that the Thunder were upcoming. But as soon as they beat this Mavericks team, they was like, oh shit, they might actually do it. But the next game, KD had 26 points, 10 rebounds, and 1 assist. 5 for 17 from the field. Not a good shooting night again, but he still got it done. Game 3, he had 31 points, 3 rebounds, and 6 assists. This was a good shooting night. He went 11 from 15 from the field, and obviously that's what we're accustomed to seeing KD do, obviously, in his career. The next game, KD had 24 points, 11 rebounds, and 4 assists. That was the last game for game 4. He went 9 for 18, and after this series, he tested the defending champs. They beat him, and then next he would get tested by obviously one of the greatest players of all time, and Kevin Durant. Not to say Dirk is not one of the best players of all time, but Kobe and Dirk, that's a big difference. But in game 1, KD had 25 points, 8 rebounds, and 4 assists, 8 for 16 from the field. Game 2, KD had 22 points, 7 rebounds, and 5 assists. And like I said, I can't see how long it took him to I don't know who won each game. I'm just trying to look that up, but I can't see it. But the Thunder ended up winning this series in 6 games, so let's just go with that. Game 3, KD had 31 points, 5 rebounds, and 1 assist. I remember there's a video on YouTube of Kevin Durant having a duel with Kobe Bryant this series, and this was 2012 Kobe. This was before the Achilles tear the next season, which would obviously cost Kobe Bryant the rest of his prime career. But this Kobe was still nice, and knocking out Kobe and Dirk back to back is crazy. Like that, I don't think y'all know how much of an accomplishment that really is for a 24-year-old who is just trying to make his name known in the league. Obviously, his name was already known because obviously he had a scoring title in 2011, I believe, or it was this season. But playoff success matters in the NBA. We all know that now, but back then it was a huge thing. The next game, KD had 31 points and 13 rebounds. They couldn't figure out how to stop KD. The next game, KD had 25, 10, and 4 to close out the Los Angeles Lakers. And his next challenge would be the San Antonio Spurs. And we all know what the San Antonio Spurs would do after the season. They would win in 2014. They would go to the finals the very next season after 2012. But who knows? That could have been the Oklahoma City Thunder if KD doesn't get injured if Russell Westbrook doesn't get injured in the 2013 playoffs, or KD doesn't get injured in 2014. It really set them back. It set their whole franchise back 2 seasons, but obviously they were able to get back in 2016, and that would be the last chance they would have together. But the duo of KD Russ, like, that's one of the best duos of all time, and I think it's often forgotten. Even though their names are popping in NBA history, I just think it's been so long since they played together. Like, I barely hear people talk about the KD Russ duo. Like, I see it on TikTok a lot, but not a lot of people talk about it. But game one against the Spurs. Wait, this series went 7 games, so that just shows how great the series was. But KD had 27, 10, and 4 the first game. His primary defender was Kawhi Leonard. This was a young Kawhi Leonard at the time, obviously. His second game, KD had 31 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists. KD, in the next game, game 3, he had 22 points, 6 rebounds, and 5 assists. And the next game, KD had 36 points, 6 rebounds, and 8 assists. And game 5 of this series, game 6, he had 27 points, 4 rebounds, and 5 assists. And game 7, in a closeout game, KD showed up. He had 34 points, 14 rebounds, and 5 assists, 9 for 17 from the field. He did what he had to do for this team to beat, obviously, Tim Duncan, Manu Ginobili, Tony Parker, or the veteran guys who has championships already. They beat a championship-level team to obviously advance to the NBA Finals, and you got to meet the juggernaut Miami Heat when LeBron was on a mission to get his first. But KD showed up in this series too. KD in the first game in Miami, he had 36 points, 8 rebounds, and 4 assists. I'm pretty sure, did they win game 1? I can't remember. Damn, I wish I remembered. But game 2, KD showed up in this series, no matter what. Like, if you could give the Finals MVP to a different player, you would give it to Kevin Durant in this series. He showed up against the best player on the planet at that time, which cemented himself as one of the best players on the planet if it wasn't regarded that already. In the second game, he had 32 points, 3 rebounds, and 1 assist. In the third game, he had 25 points, 6 rebounds, and 0 assists. Game 4, he had 28 points, 2 rebounds, and 3 assists. And in the last game of his playoffs this season, he had 32 points, 11 rebounds, and 3 assists, 13 from 24. I'm pretty sure Russ had 45 in game 1. But the assist numbers are obviously down because that's not what Kevin Durant does. Kevin Durant goes out there and gets a bucket. And this series was 2012 KD is one of my favorite KDs because obviously the way he was moving. Like, I just like Oklahoma City Thunder KD a lot more than Golden State, Nets, Suns, whatever you want to call it. Maybe because I was an Oklahoma City Thunder fan at the time, but it's the way KD was moving and when he had a Thunder jersey on, the athletic peak and the scoring peak. I feel like, even though if you want to give it to Golden State because he was playing with Stephen Curry or them, you could do that. But this is just my opinion, and this was just me talking about the 2012 Oklahoma City Thunder, 2012 Kevin Durant. I hope you guys enjoyed this type of video, and yeah, subscribe. Nah, if y'all still here, y'all some real ones. But if y'all want to see some more videos, just hit the subscribe button. We posting basically every day. We grinding. And there's a video right there if you want to click that shit. Or I might put 2 up here. But click them. You might like them.